I want to share with you the 3 things that I do not do any longer in relationships. This is coming from a 44-year-old woman who has spent 12 years in marriage and almost 12 years dating. I definitely had some time solo, but here are the 3 don'ts. I do not wonder or worry about what we may become or may not become. I don't wonder if we're going to move in together, if we're going to get married, if we're going to get divorced, if we're going to make up, if we're going to break up, if we're going to circle back and do it all over again. I absolutely stay with what we have in this frame, in this moment, who we are and what we are doing. If my person does something, says something that upsets me or activates me or gets me all up in my feels about it, the one thing I do not do anymore is say something in that moment. I sit with it and I wait until I have reached a place that I'm no longer like reactive or activated, because it is not a productive place, I've found. And more often than not, I am misinterpreting what they're saying or have said. We are saying the same thing in different ways, like arguing about something that like we agree on, we just don't know how to communicate about it. Or it's like past residual stuff that I haven't dealt with yet that actually has nothing to do with them. It just came up in that moment. So I sit and wait until I've gotten clear with myself. That sometimes that could be a couple hours, sometimes it could be a couple days. Sometimes I never even have to go to that person because I'm able to resolve that within myself. And some people would say, hey, that kind of makes you like a doormat. That kind of makes you sound like you're just letting people just do whatever they want. And that's not true, because A, people get to do what they want anyway. But B, what I'm making it all mean about me, questionable. Really questionable. So I get to a place where I take accountability for my feelings. I own them. And if it is something that I feel like, yeah, this is a boundary, or this thing you said, what I made it, what I heard, I felt when I thought this about it, in that sense, but I never blame that person and I never go to them when I'm in a heated state. The last thing I don't do anymore, and this is a really hard one for people to grasp because therapy has taught us that our partner should meet our needs, but I am no longer interested or insisting that my person meet my wants or my needs. Now, I'd like to have a want match. I like to have things that we want to do together and that we want to experience together, but I don't insist upon this. Run group is a really great example in running. I used to love running and I insisted that my partners had to run with me. They had to work out with me. They had to like do this thing, and they hated it. And it was like miserable for both of us. So I joined a run group and I was like, oh my God, all these people like want to run. Why would I not just run with them? I no longer insist that I have to have a partner to like run with me. It's crazy. But same with needs. So many of our needs, emotionally and otherwise, can be met by ourselves. And so I just do the work on fulfilling my wants and my needs on my own. And then I just meet up with my partner and my person and enjoy them. And I don't insist that like they have to be responsible for my happiness or my productivity or any of that.